Chapter 24 explains performance evaluation and the balanced scorecard. The learning objectives include to explain why and how companies decentralize, explain why companies use performance evaluation systems, describe the balanced scorecard and identify key performance indicators for each perspective, use performance reports to evaluate cost, revenue, and profit centers, and use ROI, RI, and EVA to evaluate investment centers. The first learning objective is to explain why and how companies decentralize. In a small company, the owner or top manager often makes all planning and operating decisions. Small companies are most often considered to be centralized companies because centralizing decision-making is easier due to the smaller scope of their operations. However, when a company grows, it is impossible for a single person to manage the entire organization's daily operations. Therefore, most companies decentralize as they grow. These are called decentralized companies. Companies decentralize by splitting their operations into different divisions or operating units. Top management delegates decision-making responsibility to the unit managers. Top management determines the type of decentralization that best suits the company's strategy. For example, decentralization may be based on geographic area, product line, customer base, business function, or some other business characteristic. The advantages of decentralization include: it frees top management time. By delegating responsibility for daily operations to unit managers, top management can concentrate on long-term strategic planning and higher-level decisions that affect the entire company. It also naturally places the decision makers or top management closer to the source of the decisions. The second advantage is it supports the use of expert knowledge. Decentralization allows top management to hire the expertise each business unit needs to excel in its own specific operations. For example, decentralization by state allows Citizens Bank to hire managers with specialized knowledge of the banking laws in each state. Such specialized knowledge can help unit managers make better decisions than could the company's top managers about product and business improvements within the business unit or the state. The third, it improves customer relations. Unit managers focus on just one segment of the company. Therefore, they can maintain closer contact with important customers than can upper management. Thus, decentralization often leads to improved customer relations and quicker customer response time. Fourth, it provides training. Decentralization also provides unit managers with training and experience necessary to become effective top managers. For example, companies often choose CEOs based on their past performance as division managers. Number 5, it improves motivation and retention. Empowering unit managers to make decisions increases managers' motivation and retention. This improves job performance and satisfaction. The disadvantages of decentralization include duplication of costs. Decentralization may cause the company to duplicate certain costs or assets. For example, each business unit may hire its own payroll department and purchase its own payroll software. Companies can often avoid such duplications by providing centralized services. For example, DoubleTree Hotel segments its business by property, yet each property shares one centralized reservation office and one centralized website. The second disadvantage is problems achieving goal congruence. Goal congruence occurs when unit managers' goals align with top management's goals. Decentralized companies often struggle to achieve goal congruence. Unit managers may not fully understand the big pictures of the company. They may make decisions that are good for their division, but could harm another division or the rest of the company. For example, the purchasing department may buy cheaper components to decrease product cost. However, cheaper components may hurt the product line's quality, and the company's brand as a whole may suffer. Later in this chapter, we'll see how managerial accountants can design performance evaluation systems that encourage goal congruence. Although we've discussed some disadvantages of decentralization, it is important to note that the advantages of decentralization usually outweigh the disadvantages. Decentralized companies delegate responsibility for specific decisions to each subunit, creating responsibility centers. Recall from Chapter 22 that a responsibility center is a part or a subunit of an organization whose manager is accountable for specific activities. Exhibit 24-1 reviews the four most common types of responsibility centers. There's a cost center. The manager is responsible for controlling cost. Production line at Dell Computer, legal department, and accounting departments at Nike. Revenue center. Manager is responsible for generating sales revenue. Midwest sales region at Pace Foods. Central reservation office at Delta. A profit center. A manager is responsible for producing profit through generating sales and controlling costs. The product line at Anheuser-Busch. Individual Home Depot stores. Investment center. A manager is responsible for producing profit and managing the division's invested capital. Company divisions such as Walt Disney World Resorts and Toon Disney.